Hi everyone, welcome to my June backyard garden tour. The garden tour that almost didn't happen because my backyard is under construction right now. I'm almost embarrassed to show you what it looks like. But I said to myself, nobody's garden is perfect all the time, and this is proof of just that. And I told myself, instead of not having a tour or just trying to not show you the problem that's going on, I said I'm going to keep it real and be very honest. So I'm calling this video Mess and Success, because while there is a lot of construction going on, there's still a lot of beautiful things to see. There's still a lot of success in my garden. So I want to show you the good stuff. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Over the winter, California experienced those huge storms. Our fence blew down, and my husband did his best to brace it and keep it up. But the property management behind our house, it's zoned for commercial, they decided in order to rent out that space, they have to fix that fence. They are building a huge concrete block wall, and I couldn't be more pleased. So instead of us trying to rebuild the fence or submitting it to our insurance company, we're getting a new brick wall. However, my backyard is complete disaster. So let me just show you this. This is where my fence used to be. See, and that's the lot that's zoned commercial. We own our house, but we don't own this lot. And the construction workers are putting in a brand new brick wall, and they're halfway done. You could see this. So do you remember my propagation station and all of my doors and all of my decorations? Well, this is where everything is right now. My doors, my propagation station, all my benches, all of my plants. I am almost embarrassed to show you this, but you know what? This just goes to show you that nobody's garden is perfect all the time, and sometimes we go through crap that happens. So what I'm going to do is still show you all the good things in my garden that are a success, even though my garden is a hot mess. So I'm going to start with my 3 vegetable boxes. Let's start with this one. Up on the arbor is a passion flower vine, and that will be blooming soon. I see lots of buds. Don't mind the fence boards, that's our old fence. But inside this vegetable box, there's so much going on. Besides the passion flower vine, there's a Mexican sunflower right here. Lots of verbena. This all grew from seed. Behind that, there's cosmos, lamium, daisies. There's garlic right here. Nasturtium, more cosmos, sunflowers. So much is growing in here. Another verbena growing up through that tomato cage. Lamium. This thing is just chock full. There's even a salvia in there somewhere. This year I said, you know what, I'm just going to see how much I can grow in a little space. And this is like a jungle, but I know as soon as those cosmos are blooming, it's going to be so pretty in there, and the Mexican sunflowers as well. Okay, can you believe this happened to us? This is how we have been living for the last few weeks. We feel so vulnerable and unprotected. Okay, in this vegetable box, we have sunflowers, little daisies, a pineapple sage right behind the fountain. That thing is massive. And more Shasta daisies behind it. I believe this is a little potato plant, but I'm not sure. I will find out as soon as it blooms. I think it's a potato. And growing up this trellis right here, that's a cucumber plant. Hello, Laverne and Shirley. Inside this vegetable box, look at my garlic made scapes. Now I could have harvested the garlic a couple weeks ago, but honestly, I love the way garlic scapes look. They are so pretty. So a lot of times when I grow things for the seeds and the flowers. I don't always eat everything I grow. So in this box behind the garlic, I have a fig tree. It's called Miss Figgy Dwarf Fig Tree. And if you look inside here, you can see a nasturtium. And there's also a celery that is going to seed. We have a butterfly bush. And there's my doors that were once along the fence. I told you my backyard was a complete disaster. But there's still so many pretty things to see. I forget what this is called. Maybe you guys can tell me. I don't remember what it's called. I just knew that I grew it from seed. And look, I'm gonna harvest more seeds so I can grow more next year. And inside this tire is a sedum autumn joy. The weird thing about this, I thought this bloomed in the fall. This is only June. And this is already blooming. This is so crazy. Has this ever happened to you? And also inside the tire is a fennel. Now I just grew this for the pollinators. This thing got so tall. I was hoping I could attract swallowtails with this plant. I'm told that the fennel is a host plant for the swallowtail larva. So that's why I'm growing this. This box is chock full as well. See the gara? There's a sunflower in front of it, but look at the gara behind it. And of course I keep this up because if I didn't, my chickens would be in here devouring everything. But look at that beautiful gara. It's so whimsical and pretty. And behind that, my celery has gone to seed. But that's okay, because like I said, I grow things for the seeds and the pollinators. And I just love the way the celery seeds look with the butterfly bush. The purple and the white, it's just so pretty. So not everything is blooming right now. But I would say for June, we're off to a good start, and there still are some things worth showing you, despite the mess that my backyard is in right now. My chickens are wondering what the heck is going on back here. All my pretty Shasta daisies. And another butterfly bush. And of course I have a little cage around this little corner as well, so my chickens don't eat it. Let me show you this though. Did you know that creeping Jenny, if it's in the sun, it's lighter? I thought there was two different kinds of creeping Jennies, but it's the same one. When it gets a lot of sun, it gets this pretty lime green color. I just grew this one from a cutting. I just stuck it in the dirt and it got so long. Here's a quick little peek at my narrow space vegetable garden. This area is only 3 feet 4 inches wide, so it just goes to show you that you can still grow things even in a small narrow space. This is my lunchbox orange sweet pepper. And as you can see, there's a pepper on there. These containers, I planted some okra from seed. They're just getting started. Here's a Tithonia. Mexican sunflower. And it's the beginning of June, so not everything is growing just yet, but I do have some tomatoes that I started from seed. And what I'll do is once those get a little bit bigger, I'll put them in the vacant pots. Another little okra. These pots are all ready for new tomatoes. Another tomato plant. This one is a yellow pear tomato. I've never grown this before. It should be interesting. And in this container, this is a tomatillo. I've never grown these either, but I figured this year I would try them. I always see them for sale in the stores, and I was just curious. I said, I need to grow one of these. Look at all the little buds, and this is what they're supposed to look like. And in this last big container, this is where I do a lot of my composting. I compost also in the ground. I bury buckets and I dig holes in my yard and compost that way. And I also compost in containers. So once again, it just goes to show that you can still grow things even if you have a narrow or small space. You just have to grow upward, vertical, and the sky is the limit. This is my rooster Elsinore. When I originally got him, I thought it was a girl and I named her Elsa. But then she crowed, so her new name is Elsinore. And here's all my little chickens. They're going on 4 months old now. Pretty soon, they will be laying eggs. What are you guys doing? Hello. They're so cute. I've had them since they were 2 days old. Oh, and look at Smarty Pants and Penny trying to establish their pecking order. How cute. That's very normal for chickens. It's part of their behavior and what they do. And speaking of chickens, this little area in my garden I have chicken-proofed, if that makes sense, because I do let the chickens come out to play. I have my zucchini plants protected. I made a video about that. So let's take a little peek. Here, this is 2 zucchinis in this plant, and this one is 1. That's why the one on the left looks bigger. And behind that, I have some more Mexican sunflowers. So this little area is protected from my chickens. So you can still grow vegetables and have chickens. You just have to learn how to coexist, which is why I have chicken wire around this area as well. But look at my beautiful purple bougainvillea. And my dahlia is blooming. I'm so excited about this. And there's so many more buds. I have a lot of beautiful things to look forward to, despite all the construction that's going on in my yard. There's still always something to be grateful for and something pretty to look at. Here's an interesting fact about bougainvillea, in case you didn't know. Did you know that these are not flowers at all? These are actually thin leaves. They're called bracts. The flower is actually the little tiny center inside the bracts. And pretty soon my gladiolas will be blooming. These are the gladiolas I bought at the dollar store. It'll be interesting to see how they look. And inside here, behind the chicken mesh, I have a couple marigolds, and look at all the zinnia seeds I planted came up. Of course, I want to protect these from the chickens. And then once the strongest one does good, I might pull a couple of the other ones and maybe even try to transplant them somewhere in my garden. Here's something that I'm really excited to show you. My orchid is blooming again. I was not expecting this. was already done blooming, so I just put it outside, gave it some water, and then bam, it started budding up again. So pretty. My little bottle collection. I have more, but I had to take them down because you know why. I got these cute little butterflies at the thrift store for $1 each. They're made out of fabric and they're airbrushed. I just love them. So that's a quick little tour of my garden in its messy condition, in its worst state, but I decided to keep it real and honest and just remind you that no garden is perfect, and in this world when things are messy and chaotic and just in disarray, always have the eyes to focus on and see the beautiful things in this world, because there really still are beautiful things to see, and it's up to us to have eyes to see them. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Bye.